Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to record any screen or any app inside Flutter Android application. So let's get started. Now I have already made a video about this previously, but in that video I was using a third-party library. In this particular tutorial we won't be using any third-party library. Also a huge shout out to Philip Lackner, who is a YouTuber, and from his YouTube channel I have copied this most of the code for it. Now here, as you can see, I have two buttons. One is for notification permission and second one is start and stop recording. Now to start our recording we require notification permission. Now if the user is using below Android T, then we don't require this notification permission. That is already granted by default as long as we add that permission inside Android manifest. But from Android T and above we need to ask for this permission at runtime as well. That's why I have created this button. Now I have run this application on my real Android device, and my real Android device is below Android T. So if I click on this get notification permission, I already have the permission. As you can see, I don't have to click on allow or anything like that. But if any user is using above Android T, they will have to allow that particular permission. Okay, once the permission has been granted, maybe you can create a separate variable inside Dart code just to check whether the permission has been granted or not. I have not done that, but yeah, you can do that. And here second is our start and stop recording button. So I will just click on start recording. So here now this particular pop-up which you see, it varies from device to device. Also I'm mirroring my device, so the output is a little laggy, just bear with me. So this particular dialog which you see, it varies from device to device, so you might see little bit different. Like in some device I have noticed that the Android OS asks the user to only capture the current app or capture the entire screen. So it depends on the user as well, but for me I don't have any of that. I'll just click on start now and it will start capturing my device. Okay, and at the top if you see, it has started a foreground service. So if I just scroll down here, you can see it has started a foreground service. Now if I want, I can just go to any app. I can just go to my home screen. Okay, and I will again go back to my app. All of these things should be recorded again. Now I will click on stop recording. So as soon as I click on stop recording, the foreground service is stopped. As you can see, there is no more foreground service being displayed, and also the video is saved to external storage. So here you can see, if you go to your videos app or whatever file explorer, the first video which you see is from our app. So if I just play this video again, sorry, the output is a little laggy. So this is an actual video, just to show it to you. Here is our video player seek bar. So whatever we had recorded is getting captured over here. So hopefully you got the point. Let's see how to implement this via code. So as usual, first I have created a Flutter application. So yeah, just and make sure inside main.dart you add this services.dart file as well. Import the services.dart, sorry, not add the file, it just add this particular import. Then if you just scroll down, here is our my homepage widget. So it is a stateful widget, and here I have created a method channel called recording platform. You can name it whatever you feel like, because we have to write most of the code on the native side, that's why. So yeah, that's why I have created this method channel called recording platform. Now same name you will have to use it on native Android side as well. Next, inside the build method I have just taken a scaffold as well as a safe area, and the safe area has a column widget, and inside that column I have just taken one text button. So the first text button is for getting the notification permission. As you can see, I have just defined some text, and on click of it we are invoking a method called notification permission. Now a method with the same name has to be defined on the native Android side as well. Then here I have taken another text button, and on click of it we are invoking a method called start stop recording. Again, same method with same name has to be defined on native Android side as well. So here is our another text. Now that's it on the Flutter side. The next thing which we will have to do is go to our Android folder, go to settings.gradle. I have just updated the Kotlin version to 1.9.25. So if it is already higher, if you are watching this in the future and this Kotlin version is already higher, you don't have to change it. But yeah, I have just changed it for now. Then you will have to go to app build.gradle, and here firstly you will have to add this id kotlin parcelize, because parcelize is used to send data from our main activity to the service or vice versa. So that's why we are using this kotlin parcelize just to parcelize that data. Okay, and also I have updated the main hdk to 26, because some of the API calls or APIs which we are using are only available from 26 and above. I think 26 is fine. The current maximum HDK version is 35, so yeah, I think 26 is fine for now. And here also you will have to add this dependency section. Inside that you will have to add this implementation Android X window and add this particular thing. So yeah, make sure you add this. Once that is done, you can just go to src main android manifest.xml, and here you will have to add few things. Firstly, you will have to add this foreground service permission. Then we will have to add this foreground service media projection permission, and for Android T and above we require this post notification permission as well. So make sure you add these 3 permissions. Then scroll down, and here after this metadata, before our application tag ends, you have to add this service with a name of screen record service. Now we will be creating this particular file. In case if you decide to name this file something different, you will have to change the name over here as well. And also if you see this particular file, let me just quickly show it to you. So here I have created this file. Now it is directly inside my main application, like the application name is Flutter app. Okay, but suppose if you decide to create another folder and inside that you created this screen record service, then the path here will change as well, so be careful with that. Then the exported is false, enable is true, foreground service type is media projection. So this is done. Next we will come to our main activity. I'll show you this notification helper and screen record service later on, but firstly you can just copy paste all these imports which I have. Now this particular import will differ for you. So the last 4 imports which you see, it will differ for you. Basically whatever is your package name which you see at the top, just copy it over here. Okay, and the rest part will remain the same as long as you follow my project structure. If you have not created any separate folders and inside that created screen recorder service, so make sure you update this import over here as well as over here, as well as over here. So that's why I hate VS Code. If you're writing native Android code, it's better to go with Android Studio, but I don't want to confuse you guys because many of you don't have experience with native development. That's why I'm using VS Code. Otherwise I have shown it with Android Studio. But if you have a little bit knowledge of Android, then you can maybe try opening the Android folder inside Android Studio and try writing all the code which I'm showing you. Okay, then here we are extending Flutter fragment activity. Here we are requesting for this permission of notification, so that's why we are using register for activity result. Then here I am using this configure Flutter engine. So here we have just created a method channel with the same name of recording platform which we have defined it inside our Dart file. Then here I have defined this method called handler. Here I have defined start and stop recording. So here this particular value is coming from our service class which I will show you later. So I'm just checking if the service is already running, then we need to stop the service. So this is how you can stop a foreground service, but if not, then we just start the service. So I will show you this method later on. And for getting the notification permission, I'm first checking whether we are above Android T. If yes, then check if the permission was already granted. If yes, then display a toast message. If not, then request for permission. So once you call this, it will come over here, and then here we just say permission already granted for Android version slower than Android T, and in case of some other method call, we just say result not implemented. Now for the start screen capture, here we just get our system service as media projection manager, call this create screen capture event, and once we have that intent, we just pass to our screen record launcher dot launch. Okay, and here is our screen record launcher. So again we are using register for activity result, starting our activity for result, and if the result is okay and result.data is not equal to null, then we just create this screen record config, which we will show you later on, and pass the result code as well as data to it and start our screen record service. Also coming back to the start screen record service, here we just create an intent for our screen record service Kotlin file, which I will show you shortly. Here we start our recording, here we put our key recording config and start our foreground service. Okay, so that's it. Now coming back to here, you will have to create a Kotlin file. So just right click, new file, and name it as screen record service.kt. Okay, so I have already created it. Now firstly, again, make sure you replace this with your own package name. If you are confused what is your package name, you can just go to main activity. This is your package name. So yeah, just write this package name over here. Again, if you are creating a separate folder for screen record service, then your package name will also include that particular folder name. But in my case, I am not creating any folder, so this is fine. Now these are all the imports for it. You just have to copy it, like no other choice. So yeah, you can just copy all these imports. Then here I have created a parcelized class of screen record config, passing our result code as well as data. And here is our screen record service, which extends from service. Here is our media projection, here is our virtual display, here is our media recorder. So here, this is how you initialize media recorder. Then here is our coroutine scope. Then here we are, first when the output file is created, we are storing it temporarily inside our cache directory, and then saving it to external storage so that the user can view that particular file even from their file app. Then here is our media projection manager by getting the system service. Here is our media projection callback. So we are just overriding on stop, and here we are releasing the resources, stopping our service and saving to gallery. And for save to gallery, we have to make use of content values to save that video to external storage. Now here you can change it to your own app name, you don't have to follow mine app name. Okay, and here we just get hold of our video collection, and this is how we insert it inside external storage. So this is boilerplate code for saving video to external storage. Now here we are overriding on start command because this is a service, and once start recording is called, we create a notification helper.create notification. Now I have created a separate class for this, which I will show you shortly. Basically this will create the foreground notification for us, and here we are starting the foreground service. Then here we just set this particular value as true, which we were using it inside our main activity. And in case of stop recording, we just call stop recording, and make sure you return the start sticky as well. Now for start recording, we first create our config depending on what Android version you are on, and if the config is null, then just return back. If not, then we just create our media projection manager, register our callback, initialize our recorder, and start the media recorder. And here we create our virtual display. To stop the recording, we just do media recorder.stop, media projection.stop, and media recorder.reset. Then here is our stop service as well. So here we just do service, change this value to false, stop our foreground service, and just do stop self. Here is our get window size as well, so we just do window metrics calculator dot get or create. Then here we do calculator dot compute maximum window metric application context, and here we return this particular width as well as height. Now I have commented this code out. Some of you might find this code useful. So suppose if you only want to capture some part of a screen, then maybe you can use this scaled dimensions method. But in my case, I want to capture the entire screen, that's why it didn't make any sense for me. But in case if you are interested, you can use this get scale dimension as well. So if you are using this particular method, you will have to uncomment this particular code and comment this particular code out. But like I said, I want the entire width and height, that's why I'm using entire width and height over here. Then here we just get hold of our media recorder. Here we just do video surface dot surface. This is the output format. Set the output file, set the video size as well, set video encoder, video encoding bit rate as well, set video frame rate, and here we just call prepare. Then this is the method for creating virtual display. Now even I am not really good at this. Maybe if you want more explanation, you can watch that Philip Lackner video. But yeah, this is how we create a virtual display. This is where we override the destroy for destroying our service. This is for releasing the resources of our service. This is the on bind, which we just have to override. We are not really using it. And this is a companion object which I have defined at the bottom. It is basically like static variables which we have inside Java. So yeah, Here just I have defined the is service running variable, and this particular is service running, we were using it inside our main activity. Then here I have set the video frame rate, change it to whatever you feel like. Then here is our video bit rate as well, and here we have just defined this three constant: start, stop recording, start recording, and key recording config as well. So yeah, now the last thing is this notification helper. Again, this should be your own package name. You can just copy all these imports which I have, and here I have just created one object. This is the channel ID which I have given. Change it to whatever you feel like. And here we just call this create notification method, which we were calling it from screen record service. So here we just create one intent. We create a pending intent, passing our intent to it, and then we just create a notification out of it using notification compat.builder. Set the content title, text, small icon, content intent, and build it. And here is our create notification channel as well. Here we create our notification channel by passing the channel ID, screen recording channel, notification manager dot importance default, and here we create our notification manager, and we just do create notification channel, pass our service channel to it. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully I haven't forgot anything. Let me just quickly check my Android Studio. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Do let me know in the comments if you face an issue. Bye.